Now, based on the comments that you've left online, you've been waiting a long time for this vehicle, and of course we have too. It's the new 2023 redesigned Honda Pilot, and it's the TrailSport edition. Hi, I'm Justin Thompson here at Smail Honda in Greensburg, PA, here to take you on a test drive on, again, the new redesigned 2023 Honda Pilot. Let's check it out. Now, right in the front of the Pilot, you'll see the Trail Watch camera system with the front camera washer. And you have the distinct Diffused Sky Blue pearl color here for the TrailSport for the 2023. You have the distinct TrailSport grille in the front. So the H symbol in the front of the grille, that is for your forward collision brake mitigation system and your adaptive cruise control. That's the radar for the systems for Honda sensing. And in the top of the windshield, you'll see the camera, and that's for your lane keep assist system and your road departure mitigation. It also helps out with the adaptive cruise control as well. And in this particular TrailSport, we have a post-production option. It's called a launch package. So you're gonna have the hood decal, fender flares, the lower door trim, crossbars. You will have a cargo tray. I'll show you that when we open up the back tailgate, as well as the seat back protectors for the second row. You do have the 18-inch shark gray alloy wheels with the TrailSport logo. And that's the 18-inch all-terrain tires as well with the black wheel lug nut. You have actually 1 inch greater ground clearance with the TrailSport. You have the heated gloss black power outside mirrors, the gloss black door handles, and you do have the front and rear parking sensors as well. So as you come in the back of the vehicle, you'll see that specific to the TrailSport, you're going to have the Class 3 hitch as well. And you'll notice the Pilot logo between the taillights. Very distinct to the new design this year. So in the back, I had the key fob on me. Right underneath the Honda symbol, there's going to be an unlock button. You just press that. You have the power tailgate with the TrailSport. You can see the backup camera there and a sprayer for the backup camera. So there's an actual sprayer for the camera lens for the backup camera and for the front. With the launch package, you have the cargo tray back here. This is tri-folding, so you can fold this back here. You do have cargo space underneath here. With the 2023 Pilot, you actually have more cargo space. So this vehicle is a little bit longer than the previous generation, about 3.5 inches, which is going to give you a lot of room. Oh, you'll see the seat protectors for the second row. Again, that's specific to the launch package. You're able to put the seats up just like the previous generation. I will note that there are USB ports back here, one on each side for anybody sitting in the third row. And you do have the cup holders back here as well, with the vents for the heat and the air conditioner. And what's new to the Pilot this year, you're able to adjust the height of the tailgate. So by holding down this setting at any point, you'll be able to program the height of the back tailgate. And in the back of the Pilot here, you'll see a lot of space. Again, you do have the all-weather mats for the TrailSport. That's specific and standard to this particular model. But a lot of room back here. I do have controls for the heater and the air conditioner, which can be controlled up front. You can actually lock out the ability to change it back here. But I have 2 fast charging ports, USB ports, an AC 150 volt power outlet. That's that 2-prong AC power outlet. And then you have the armrest back here for the captain's chairs. You do have the open space behind the seat to be able to store some stuff. You can actually store cell phones in here. They have a cell phone holder for both sides. In the back on the windows, you do have the sunshades. And then you have the panoramic sunroof, and that does go all the way back. This will actually retract all the way back here. And if you want to get in the back seat in the third row, you just hit the button on the side of the seat. That's going to slide the seat forward for you to get in the back. Pull the seat back. I'm locked in and ready to go for the trip. And to get out, all you do is hit this button right here. That's going to slide the seat forward to allow me to exit the vehicle. Something new with the 2023 Pilot, anytime you lock the vehicle, it's going to fold in the mirrors for you. So I'll just show you. You hit lock on the key fob there, and it's going to fold in the mirrors. That way, if you park on the street, you don't chance somebody hitting it as they drive by. You do the smart entry system with the vehicle, with the remote start system. If you want to remote start the vehicle, all you have to do is hit the lock button and then hold the remote start button down for a few seconds till you see your lights blink. Then you can release your thumb. It'll start up, it'll blink 6 more times in the front, side, and rear of the vehicle to ensure that a remote started. It'll run for 10 minutes and then shut off. You can do another 10-minute run time, or within the first 10 minutes, you can do the same pattern again, and it will blink this light 6 more times. You've now set it to 20 minutes right away. With the smart entry, all you have to do is walk up to the vehicle, just put your hand through the handle, and unlock it. If you want to lock the vehicle up, you just exit it, hit the ridges on the top of the handle, it'll fold in the mirrors, and you can walk away from the vehicle. Let's say you're walking away from the Pilot, and you forgot that you want to have the windows put down a bit. All you have to do on the key fob, you hit unlock one time, and the second time you're going to hold it down. So one time, second time, hold it down for a few seconds, and as long as you have your thumb down, it'll open up the windows, and it will open up the panoramic sunroof as well. All right, let's take it for a ride. So the inside of the new Pilot, you're going to see a complete redesign of the interior. So everything is set up basically in the same areas, just everything is a little bit different. You have the piano black accents along the outside of the shifter and the display for the heater and the air conditioner. You'll notice that the open cavity for the dash there, you can set cell phones and stuff up in there. Specific to the TrailSport, you're going to see the orange stitching all along the leather interior on the seats, as well as the steering wheel, the leather wrap wheel. You do have the heated element for the steering wheel, so you're going to have a heated steering wheel for the TrailSport. As far as the transmission, you do have the push button transmission. We're in park right now. Reverse, all you do is just hit back on the reverse button and it's going to bring up the camera view. And the camera view is a little bit different than the previous generation, so I'll go over that real quick. You have the wide angle views, so you can see traffic coming from either side. You do have the blind spot info system, which uses what's called cross monitor detection. It's going to indicate any vehicles traveling behind you, and it'll beep and indicate with arrows what side they're coming from. You also have more of a concentrated view. And what's nice is you have the front and rear camera with the Pilot, and now that gives you the aerial bird's eye view, so when you're backing into a spot, you can actually see, and the guidelines change color to give you a projected angle in, and it just makes parking a cinch. You do have neutral, and also you have the drive mode with the S, which is sport. All you do is put the vehicle into drive. If you want to put it into the sport mode, you just hit that button again, and it's going to bring up the S on the dash up here, and that's going to indicate what part of the transmission that you're in. Whether you're in drive or in sport, you actually have a sport mode for the vehicle as well. So there's different drive modes that you can pick up here, and there's a little switch by the shifter. Right now, the top drive mode will be the sport mode. Anytime you get into the vehicle, it'll have it in normal mode. So again, one up is sport, which gives it a nice peppy feel. If you want to be less fuel efficient and kind of feel the more responsiveness of the vehicle and the sportiness of the vehicle, you can put it in this mode. Normal is just regular normal driving conditions. You can put it in the Econ for your long trips to maximize your fuel efficiency. You have the snow mode, which is more going to evenly distribute the power of the all-wheel drive system for you. So when you're in the heavy snowy situations, inclement weather, it'll drive a little bit better for you. You do the trail mode, which if you're on uneven gravel, mud, dirt, stuff like that, if you're off-roading, this is the mode that you're going to want to be in. You do have sand, so if you're in that soft sand or soft terrains that you're driving through, you can put it in this mode. You do have the tow mode, and that's going to help out if you're going to be towing any vehicles. And it really does, each mode changes up the dynamics of the driving in the vehicle. So you're going to feel the difference between each mode. So really cool systems that Honda's offering with the drive mode. There's all these different, let's see how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different drive modes. So by the drive mode switch, you're going to have your electronic parking brake. All you do is lift up on that mechanism. That red light's going to indicate the parking brake's on. And to disengage it, you depress the brake pedal on the floor and then press down on that mechanism. That will release the brake. If you're buckled up and you forget to disengage that, it will automatically release it whenever you put it into drive or reverse. And again, that's only if you're buckled up. So that's new with the newer generation of 2023 Pilot. You used to have the foot brake. So now you have the electronic brake. You also have what's called brake hold. This is great that if you're in drive and you want to hold the vehicle while you're in drive, you can rest your foot at a traffic light or a stop sign. It'll hold the brake. This is great for a hill, or so you don't drift in the car behind you or in front of you. All you do is hit the accelerator to release brake hold, and when you come to a complete stop, whether it's right away or hours later, it'll always lock up for you. You also have the idle engine shut-off button. So the vehicle will turn the engine off when idling too much. So if you're in heavy traffic, at a stop sign or a stoplight, you'll feel the engine turn off. There's a specific amount of power stored to restart the engine. However, if you don't like the way that feels, you can simply disengage that and just turn it off right up there. And a little indicator right there, the automatic off symbol will show up in the lower left-hand corner of the RPM level there. You do have the wireless phone charger up here for the TrailSport, which you can just set up there and it'll charge while you're driving. And with the TrailSport, you have the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So I have my Apple CarPlay hooked up right now. And what that'll allow me to do is call anybody, text message hands-free with punctuation, or use any of my phone navigation apps as I'm driving the vehicle. And it's as simple as holding down the voice command button on the steering wheel on the left-hand side to bring up Siri in Apple's case, or Google in the Android phones, to call anybody, and again, text message or use any of your navigation apps. So I'll just ask it to go somewhere for a demonstration here. Directions to Westmoreland Mall.
Getting directions to Westmoreland Mall.
And here we go, turn-by-turn directions. And as simple as that. This is the easiest way to have your phone connected to your vehicle. So you have the auto light setting here. That's going to allow you to just keep it on auto all the time. Your headlamps will turn on at night, turn off during the day. If you ever have your windshield wipers on, even during the daytime, it'll turn your headlamps on automatically. That's a PA state law. So having it in the auto setting, you can keep it there all the time. You'll also have the automatic high beams as well. That'll turn off automatically for you. You do have the fog lamps as well. And over here on the left-hand side of the dash, you do have the heated wiper button. How cool is that? So whenever that amber light is on, you're heating your windshield wipers. Panoramic moonroof. So I'm going to close the sunshade. It's one touch all the way closed or all the way open on the sunshade. And the actual moonroof itself will open up about almost halfway. I'll demonstrate that for you as well. One touch all the way back with the moonroof. It's going to bring the sunshade back about halfway. And then if you want the sunshade back the whole way, you just press that back. You can stop it anywhere along the way, forward or back as well. And the home button on the left-hand side of the steering wheel will allow you to display your menu here, and then you can use the scroll bar to slide up and down and choose whatever you want. Your range and fuel, just to note a couple things, your audio system. You can actually change between AM, FM stereo, Sirius XM, and your phone connections, you know, your iTunes, Pandora, whatnot. You do have a navigation. You can actually see what direction that you're traveling. Driver attention will warn you if you're starting to get drowsy. It'll warn you to change drivers or take a break. All-wheel drive torque distribution. You can actually see your all-wheel drive system working real time. It'll tell you what seat belts are buckled. Your maintenance info will tell you when to get your oil changed. Your tire pressure will tell you the tire pressure for each individual tire. Safety support is part of Honda Sensing with your forward collision brake mitigation system, road departure mitigation, blind spot info, which I actually just turned on right now, low speed braking control. So this is neat. This is new with the Pilot. When you're backing up, if it senses that you're going to have an impact with something, it'll apply the brakes automatically for you. You do have your parking sensors for the front and the rear. And again, your forward collision brake mitigation system, which will stop the vehicle if it senses that you're not applying the brakes fast enough. All right, let's take it out on the road. So I'm in the normal mode right now. You have 285 horsepower. This is a 3.5 liter V6 engine, the 10-speed automatic transmission as well. So this is my first time driving the Pilot, and let me tell you, I'm already impressed. We just drove it off the lot. I had the new Honda Civic, the 2022, so a lot of the features inside of here mimic what's offered on the Civic and the new CR-V. So Honda's adapting this new technology with the brake hold being in every car, the electronic brake. I can feel the responsiveness. We're going to test it out a little bit more here when we take it for a highway drive. Now with the camera in the top of the windshield, it'll actually indicate the miles per hour. So the speed limit signs, it'll catch that and bring it up on the dash for you so you know what the speed limit is. And I can just tell right now, the steering is a little bit tighter than the previous generation. I just feel like it's a smoother ride in my opinion. So with the lane keep assist system, all you have to do is hit this button right here. And now, beyond the steering wheel, you're going to see the lane keep assist indicator with the green lights. That lets you know that it's ready to operate. And if I started to drift, it'll actually assist my steering and keep me centered in the lane. I don't suggest ever taking your hands off the wheel. I just wanted to show you and demonstrate for you that it'll keep you centered in the lane while you're driving down the road. Now, lane keep assist system and road departure mitigation sound a lot alike. Road departure mitigation will actually break certain wheels to keep you on the road altogether. And it will pulsate the wheel and slightly turn the wheel the same way that the lane keep assist system will to keep you on the road. Just subtle movements in the steering. They can be overridden at any time. You can always operate and drive the vehicle if you need in a panic situation. So I'm going to put it in the sport mode here. And right now I can just tell you the sound is different in the sport mode. So I just switched it into the sport. The exhaust has a different sound. My smile is genuine. I'm telling you, ear to ear, this is a really cool vehicle. You guys will love the Pilot. They did an excellent job redesigning it. So right now I have the brake hold system on. I can actually rest my foot while we're at a traffic light. This is a prime example of it. And then again, all I have to do is hit the accelerator to release it. And then whenever you come to a complete stop, it'll lock back up for you. Now you do have the blind spot info system as well, with the indicator on the outside of each mirror. And we're coming upon a vehicle right now, and there's the blind spot info indicator. Now if my turn signal's on, it'll beep inside of the cabin to give you a second warning. So again, that orange light's going to blink to let you know not to move into the lane to the left or the right hand side. And again, if you have your turn signal on, it'll beep inside of the cabin to give you a second warning. Now, well, let's check out the turning radius here. That's great. Nice tight turning radius. Now I'm going to demonstrate the adaptive cruise control. What's really cool about 2023 with the Pilot, you have the adaptive cruise control with low speed follow. It used to shut off under 25 miles an hour. Now the Pilot offers it to brake you all the way down to 0 miles an hour. Or if you're in heavy traffic, you can set your cruise at literally 1 mile an hour without your foot on the brake. It'll default to 25 miles an hour and never let you hit the car in front of you. That way you can steer through the annoying traffic. It'll brake and accelerate the vehicle automatically for you. So right now I'm going to demonstrate the adaptive cruise control. I have my cruise mode selected. I'm going to wait until we get kind of closer to traffic to set it here. But we're under 25 miles an hour. And let's say we get into heavy traffic. I'm going to set my cruise. It defaults to 25. And now it won't take me any higher than 25 miles an hour unless I increase my cruise speed, which I can hold the plus button and take it up 5 mile an hour increments. And I know the speed limit here is 50 miles an hour, so I can take it to 55. But it will never let me hit the car in front of me. And I can adjust the different levels, so I can change the distance between me and the car in front of me. Right now I have it at its lowest setting, and that is at its greatest setting. And now you can feel the brakes kind of taking hold. It'll give extra distance between me and the car in front of me. And then again, if I want to bridge that gap, I can just click the button and bring the little car icon closer to me. And again, that will bridge the gap between me and the car in front of me. But what's great is I'm not using my brakes, and it's doing it all for me. It's going to brake and accelerate on its own. This is great if you're in heavy traffic, out on the highway, going through town that has construction. Just a great system. And again, this is new, the low speed follow mode for the adaptive cruise in the 2023 Pilot. The warranty on the new Hondas are just as they were on the previous generation. You have a 3-year, 36,000 mile comprehensive warranty. That's all the electronics, all the bells and whistles, the computer systems in the vehicle. And you have a 5-year, 60,000 mile on your powertrain, which is your engine, drivetrain, transmission, and your all-wheel drive system. New with the 23 Hondas, you do have 2 years of free maintenance. So for the first 2 years, 24,000 miles of the vehicle. You will have your oil change, filter change, tire rotation, and multi-point vehicle inspection handled at any Honda dealership. And of course, with Smail Honda, we have lifetime free inspections with us, so bring your car back and get your free inspection. Now, the all-wheel drive system right now is in normal. So how that operates, it's real-time all-wheel drive. So what it's going to do is it's going to distribute the power where it's needed. On a dry day, it's mainly going to drive itself like a front-wheel drive vehicle would, with a little bit of power diverted to the rear wheels. But when you switch it into the snow mode, that's where you're going to more evenly distribute the power of the all-wheel drive system. So what's great about the all-wheel drive is you're not going to chew up on tires as much. It's going to be more fuel efficient and just better overall for the vehicle, in my opinion. So we're going to put it into trail mode here. And it brings up the camera display for the front, so you can see what's kind of in front of you. That way you don't run over anything too big. This system is really cool. I can feel like the tire is gripping. I mean, the all-wheel drive system in this is working real well. So new with the 23 models in the CR-V and the Pilot, you're going to have this downhill hold descent mode. And I'm going to show you how to use that. It's between 2 and 12 miles an hour. Let's say I'm heading downhill and I'm going slow, and I just want to make sure the vehicle keeps it at a constant speed there. I'm at 6 miles an hour. It is now on, and then all I have to do is just set what speed I want. I'm at 2 miles an hour, and now it's crawling at 2 miles an hour. My foot is not on the accelerator or the brake. If I want to change the speed, I can just increase it. You can put it at 5. And you can really hear the braking system for the moment there whenever I was putting it back into speed there, holding the vehicle back. We're crawling at 5 miles an hour going down a very steep hill. Really neat system, especially if you have the vehicle weighed down with a bunch of stuff and you're heading down the hill out of the mountains, I think. And you can just disengage it by turning it off anytime. And that's the test drive on the redesigned 2023 Honda Pilot TrailSport. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Visit us online at smailhonda.com or ask for me, Justin Thompson, right here in Greensburg, Pennsylvania on Route 30. Thanks so much for watching.